Well, good evening. Welcome to Jamie TV, streaming 100% live on YouTube. Let me just turn the volume down on my phone here, which I'm using for the chat. Hello, Joe. Hello, Paul. Thank you for joining me. We are streaming 100% live on YouTube, and in my advertising, I said there was no plan, which is kind of true. I just thought what I'd do is have a go at making a minute's worth of music. Hi Samuel. A minute's worth of music for one of those YouTube short things. And but whilst I've been sat here setting everything up and getting ready, I've kind of come up with a vague idea. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm in Cubasis 3. I've set up a few tracks which I may use. I think I'm going to mostly be playing guitar, I think. But a while ago I did this demo for Clevgrand's Slammer, and while I was setting up, I just found this track that I made for the demo that I ended up not using because I had too much material, really. So I got that. So what I opened up with there was some drums that I kind of programmed and never used, so I thought I'd start with that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by showing you how I've got this sound. So what we have here is Slammer. So we'll just go to Slammer. Right now, if you haven't seen any demos on Slammer, or if you don't have it, then yes, Sam, yes, I believe they are the best. Well, hopefully we'll prove that today. I'm going to do an hour because Doug always streams at 8, so I'm going to try and wrap this up within an hour. It's nice to have a challenge. So yeah, if you've never seen Clevgrand's Slammer before, I did a video on it. Go and check it out. It's an awesome app, and the drum sounds in it are they are samples and they are very real sounds, but they are kind of a little out of the ordinary. They're sort of in fact, if I just do this, and on this track here, then I can use my little keyboard, which is out of shot, and play you some of these sounds. Admittedly, there are some effects on this which I'll show you in a moment, but the some of them are drums, some of them are things like shovels and buckets being hit with mallets and stuff, and there's all kinds of sounds to choose from. Check it out. Awesome sounds. Now let me show you the effects that I've used to make it sound the way that it does. I am using actually just one effect. I was thinking there was two, but I'm using the reverb in the app. I'm using Nambrini's Shimmer Delay, which is, in fact, if I just take it off and just play it without, and then I shall put it back in. Also, I have mapped my Nano Control, which is the first edition version. I've mapped it to Cubasis 3, and I'm trying to remember to use it because I like it. It's really cool, but I still suffer from, like, you know, using the controls on the screen when I ought to be using my controller. So in this stream, I'm going to try and remember to use it a bit. Hi, Drum on the Bass. Paul says, how is Cubasis 3 now, mate? Well, for me, I think it's great. You know, I mean, Cubasis 3 comes in for a lot of stick, and that's, you know, undoubtedly because when it first was released, it was honestly pants. I mean, I've got a lot of time for Steinberg. I think they're a fantastic company, and I have a lot of respect for them, but when they released Cubasis 3, they must have just rushed it out. They must have just brought it out too soon because it was a disaster. But being fair to them, I think that now, for my money, it is the best traditional style digital audio workstation on the iOS platform. It's not perfect, but none of them are. And it certainly seems to be getting there for me. So anyway, let's crack on. So that's Cloud Grand Slammer with Nembrini's shimmer delay on it. Now here's what I'm thinking of doing. I want a minute's worth of music. So if we just kind of look at the time I've got here, if I was to add, so this is 8 bars, this is 8 bars, and if I was to add another one here, let's just see if that would give me enough time. So I would have so I've got this set to time rather than bars. So at the end there, that's 1 minute 28, and starting at 20, so it's just over a minute like that. So that's going to be enough music, right? I'm just going to delete this one off, then I'll show you what I'm thinking of doing. Samuel says yeah, you meant to say areas of Cubasis 3 are still a disaster, audio editing being one of them. Yeah, there are some little issues with that, there are, but for me, I look at what the alternatives are, and for me, the only other thing that I can work rapidly in that's stable enough for me to work quickly and get stuff done is Audio Evolution, which I find to be very, very stable, and once you get used to how it's laid out and everything, it's really, really good. But it doesn't have as many features as Cubasis 3, but then again, it's far cheaper. So the other way that I like to work a lot, of course, is to use AUM as a digital audio workstation, which I'm going to be doing another stream on. I'm going to try and do that one next week. So who else is here? Evening, Stephen. Thank you for joining us. And hi, Joshua. Right. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Right. Now, this already takes up quite a chunk of processing power. If you look at my DSP now, as I'm just talking, it's kind of, it's going over 40% already. So I'm wanting to use a lot of effects. I'm feeling a lot of effects today. So I think I need to get this changed to real audio quickly. So what I think I'm going to do is, my little idea is to separate these out, and then I'm going to put the loop around these 8 bars, and I'm going to, or shall I? No, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do the whole thing. I'll do the whole thing. That's what I'll do. Scrub what I just said. Thinking on my feet. Okay, so I'll copy that one, paste it over here. So there's not as much going on in these 2 loops, and then this one is busier at the end. Right, now I'm going to get that turned to real audio, so I'm just going to freeze that, so I'll lose the microphone for a moment. So now would be a good time to go and grab a cup of tea and a massive slice of cake. Okay, right, so I'm just going to play that while I get my guitar set up. I just need to find the end of the lead. Okay, did you see that? I remembered to use my... Oh, I could have stopped playing with it as well. Oh well. Okay, so right, I've got my guitar plugged in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some chords on now. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete this track off here. There we go. Right, so now we've just got real audio in the project, and you'll see the DSP will drop considerably as a result. What I'm thinking now is I'm going to lay some guitar chords down, and I'm thinking of building up some effects and layering up some nice effects, but just to get the guitar down, just to have a nice feel, I'm going to use 20th anniversary amp, because in here there's a really nice... There are some really, if you want some guitar sounds, like some nice big spacey sounds, some big clean sounds, it really is a wonderful app. So let's just arm the guitar. Okay. We'll get some kind of... I'm feeling something in B minor. There, I think something like that will do it. Just keep it nice and simple because I want to get this done inside an hour. So, evening, jamming since birth. Pleasure to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Right, so I'm going to need to arm this, and I seem to be in tune. I'm thinking 2 guitar parts. I'm thinking layers. So what do I need? I'm going to need a counting. So we'll go up here. Right, I've got 1 bar pre-count mode on, so that'll do me, I think. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm thinking that these kind of chords, kind of dragged, like brushed chords, and sometimes when you do that, you might play just before the bar. So I'm going to use the metronome so that I can because if I set it, because the guitar is going to come in with the drums is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to need the count. Although actually I could do it just without the metronome if it wasn't for that. Yeah, let's just do it. See what happens. Do you know what? I just thought you could switch the metronome off now. So I went to switch the metronome off and switch record off. Let's try that again. In fact, I can do this with the nano control, I think. I just thought where it gets busier at the end, it might be nice to change some major chords, so just threw some basic major chords. It seemed to sound okay. We'll see where it goes. Alright, so just make sure that's recorded okay. And while I'm making sure it's recorded okay, I'll have a tamper and see if I can come up with something for the other part. Change pickup position. Okay, I've got an idea. Got an idea for the minor section, but the section at the end I'm a bit sloppy with. Maybe this position. Maybe this position. Will that work? Yeah, I think that fits. I think that fits okay. Now I need to think. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use anniversary amp for the final sound. So I'm going to chuck this audio over here onto guitar track 2, and then I'm going to use anniversary amp again to record the new part, which I think I'm going to do with fingers. I've noticed that when you use Anniversary Amp in Cubasis 3, the DSP is all over the place. And I don't remember it being like that back when I used it a lot when I was making a demo on it. So I don't know if that's something that might need looking at perhaps, but yeah, I'm sure it wasn't like that before. Okay, so I won't need the metronome this time. So let's just record that, see if I can get that down. Which pickup position? That one. Use the controller. Okay, I quite liked that up until that last bit, which was a bit pants. So I'm gonna chop that off. I'm gonna chop that off there. Let's just zoom in and make sure we've got rid of all of it. I'll put a little fade out there. Okay, take it back to here. Yeah, I don't think Cubasis is a mess. I think it's an awful lot better than it was, and I don't see another digital audio workstation of a traditional type that's better on iOS at the moment. For me, I mean, for me and the way that I use it, obviously, different people record music in different ways and use different functions in apps. So, you know, everyone's experience is different, I guess. Right, I want to get this. Yeah, I want to get that like that. So, use the controller. Ah! It was all going so well. Dear, oh dear. That was a positively shocking little bit of playing at the end there. Let's just see if I can. I'll do that section again. Right. From there, use the controller. Screwed up on the first note. Right, this time, right? This is the one. Okay, I think that was all right. We'll just tidy this up a little bit. When I say we, obviously I mean me. There we go. Right, okay, so I've got 2 guitar parts, and what I'm thinking is I did make a track for bass down here, but maybe I'm not going to do bass. I probably won't have time, and it might not even need it. Let's just have a look at the time. Okay, we're halfway through, so best crack on. I'm going to unarm the guitar there and put it down. Very carefully, like that. Okay, right. Now, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lose 20th anniversary amp, and I'm going to stack up some effects. I just had this kind of thought of trying to create some kind of sound. I've got kind of a sound in my head, something that's sort of clean but huge sounding. So let's just first of all get rid of that amp, and then we'll mute off. Which button is it? Not that one. Mute that one. In fact, let's mute the drums as well. All right, and let's see. No, I want to do this one first. I want to do the first one I recorded. So, insert effects. Let's use an Ambrini amp, and probably a good one for a nice clean sound but making it sound like it's actually going through a real guitar amp is Soundmaster, which I use this absolutely tons. I love this amp. Let's just play that guitar and get a sound. Now, some people have said that they've struggled to get a clean sound with this amp. It is possible. It does do not a perfectly clean sound like, say, Anniversary amp does. It doesn't do that because it's designed to sound like the old Fender amp, the Tone Master. There's always going to be that little bit of grit in there, but that's what makes it sound like a real amp. Lose that bass. Okay, let's use that what's it called? The Jano chorus. Now this chorus, for anyone who's not seen this, it's free, and it's supposed to be an emulation of the chorus section from a Juno, which is a delightful chorus. For me, I did a very quick little 1 minute YouTube short demo on this. For me, chorus setting 1 sounds like chorus setting 1 on the Juno, and 2 sounds very close to 2. I really like this one, but when you combine the 2, it doesn't sound like the combined choruses on a Juno. But you know, it's free, and you know, it may very well be updated. Oh, does that mean that there is an update coming? If you know about it, Samuel, because Samuel, you seem to know all of these things, let us know. Right, I'm going to use this sound. I think this is lovely, and then I'm going to add one of the finest. I ought to make that loop, didn't I, so that I'm not constantly restarting it. Snap to bar. there, and let's bring this to here. Okay, put loop on. One of the finest apps made for iOS so far, in my opinion, and definitely the most attractive. I think this one. Alright, now I just recently, just over the last few days, got 2 new reverbs, and I'm itching to try them, and I don't know very much about either of them, but that's never stopped me pissy panting about with anything before. So let's go with, I don't need that there anymore, so we'll replace that with a reverb that everyone's been telling me to get for ages. I only just got it, and let me just say, you weren't wrong. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Samuel, definitely. I definitely agree with that. Right, I love this sound. It's the big spacious sound I want. It's a little bit much. I'll get rid of some low. Just turn the wet out down a little bit. Okay, I'm liking this. I think this is the sound for me, so I'm going to get this frozen so that I can save on resources. Sorry, for anyone who doesn't know, when you're freezing, you lose the microphone. So, sorry about that, jamming. Okay, so I've got a freeze of that. Maybe a quick check just to make sure it sounds okay. Alright, sounds like that's worked alright. I'm going to be ruthless and just delete this. Saving on resources again. Whilst we're waiting for that, I was just... Hi Gerald. Whilst we're waiting for that, I was just reminding myself of the B minor scale. So we will mute this now and remember to use the controller. And now let's get a sound for this one. So I'm just going to do a very similar thing here, and this time I'll use a different amp. Numbrini again. We'll go with the DC 30. Take the reverb off straight. Oh, actually, no. Let me get. I'm going to choose one of my sounds. Now I'll take the reverb off. For me, this amp probably sounds closer to what it is an emulation of than any other amp emulation I've used. Benjamin, that was FAC's Alteza. Wonderful reverb. Okay, and I think we might just want to compress this one a little, so we'll use smooth. Got this stuff on the wrong guitar here. Let's just get rid of all that, redo that. That's what happens when you rush, you stupid hippie. That's better. Alright, and now we'll get smooth. I remember to use my controller. Not only is this app really effective, it looks gorgeous as well. Right, I'm going to throw a spatializer in again. Right, now that should blend nicely with the other one. Yes, okay. I like that. And then we just need a nice reverb again. This time I'm going to use the other new reverb I got, which has also really impressed me. And I'm not talking too much about these reverbs at the moment because I haven't really dug into them lots. You know, like yes, Yeah, I keep meaning to do that, you know. It is annoying, I have to say. Okay, so yeah, I'm not talking too much about these new reverbs that I have because I haven't dug right into them and learned enough about them myself yet. So I'm just using them, I'm learning them. So I'm going to go get a preset here. Let's say, find a room, large room maybe. Maybe something a little bit more over the top. Large hall, yeah. A little more diffusion. A bit of pre-delay, I think. A bit too much. Right, okay, I'm liking that. I'm going to get this frozen and then that will be the last time that we lose the microphone. So please just bear with me on this. Should be a couple of minutes. Yes, Benjamin, I would have been very tempted to use Lunar Lander on this. It also does the kind of sound that I'm looking for, but I've got two new reverbs to play with, so I just wanted to use them. Right, let's freeze this one. Okay, right. Just doing a little bit more practice on the B minor scale. Okay. All right. Let's just have a quick play, make sure that seems to be all right. Okay, I'm just going to be super brave and I'm just going to delete this off. Right, okay, so we have all right, so we've got my two guitar parts. Let's just get a little mix with the drums. Use the controller. Okay, right. Now I just want a lead guitar sound. Where are we for time? Okay, not much time. Lead guitar. Let's see now. How should we approach this? Well, now, let's get a lead sound. Okay, I don't want it particularly dirty or anything. I think I want to go with Soundmaster again. I will very soon be doing some stuff on Rhino, by the way, but I don't want to say anything too much about it until I am satisfied that I've fully explored the beta version up to, you know, the point that it is at the moment. But yeah, interesting one. Right, guitar, pick, arm track, that might just be about right as it is. That might just be about okay. What else shall we go with? Maybe I'm just wondering about a bit of chorus to just thicken up the sound. Maybe what about a Bliss chorus? He said pissy panting about when he's near to 10 minutes left. There's a few in here that are really good for this. Now, you might not tend to think of Bliss effects apps as being really suitable for live instruments like guitars and stuff, but a lot of them work really well. I picked the wrong one, didn't I? I picked the compressor. I did. I didn't want that. I want a chorus. There we are. Now, which is the one? No. Close there. Okay. And then, you know, let's use Spatializer again. That's better. Okay, and then we just want I'm tempted to use Lunar Lander for this, actually. Go on, let's do that. Then we've used 3 different awesome reverbs. My preset that seems to be really popular. Right, okay. Let's just have a jam with the track. One major error I have made for today's stream, because there's always at least one, is I haven't got the time. Right, I've got 7 minutes left, so let's just see what we can do here. Glad you like it, dude. Let's see if I can just play something that doesn't suck massively. So I'm going to need to take it to here. Massive error. Forgot to take loop off. And also I played some decidedly bogus notes there, but there was a lot of it that I quite liked. It's got potential, so I'm going to see if I can repeat that. Repeat it but leave out the errors. I think I like that sound better. Yeah. I'm liking the neck twang. Okay, and it's slightly more volume on the guitar. Okay, let's see if I can play something that doesn't suck. Take two. Okay, I went to stop record them, but then realised I wasn't actually recording it, which isn't really totally the point, but I'm going to have one more pass and see if I can get that down. So thank you everybody, thank you for joining me, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. This is my new stream time. I'm going to try and stick to this and do this every week. I didn't do it last week because I was on holiday, but 7 o'clock on a Tuesday is, like I sing groovy man. 7 o'clock Tuesday, hopefully all being well, is going to be my new stream time. So that's 7 o'clock UK obviously. So thank you very much for being here. I'm going to have one more pass at this. I'm going to try and record it, and I will see you all in Doug's stream. Take care everybody. Use the controller.